This is Mike Messier. I'm making a case for Hulk Hogan to be brought back into the fold honorably by the World Wrestling Entertainment. Obviously, Hogan's incident several years ago where he was, videotaped saying some pretty outrageous and offensive things. He was also having an affair, sexual encounter, so to speak, with his supposed friend, his friend's wife. So obviously not a highlight, as Hogan has said himself in his career or in his personal life, in a bad place, saying outrageous things. And look, why would I come out here and put myself on the record as saying the WWE ought to bring Hogan back? Because, first of all, Vince McMahon, as of right now, is the WWE. I mean, people, yes, he sold 100 million shares of stock or whatever, but the thing is, Vince, this is your company. You started this company. I think the WWE uses that whole PG-13 thing as a shield a lot of times, or PG, we're PG. So they use that as a shield to protect from what they really want to do. But when they want to do something, they do it, okay? And these stockholders, they always, claim or always use that as a shield. They'll still do what they want to do. So, Vince, it's really up to you, okay? Now, basically, Andre the Giant passed away in 1993. And when he did, the last televised wrestling appearance Andre made at a wrestling show was Clash of the Champions 20, okay, Vince? And that was a WCW program. September of 1992, Andre the Giant appeared on TBS with Gordon Soley and Missy Hyatt and Tony Schiavone and blah, blah, blah. And apparently Vince was very upset about that and felt betrayed. And he and Andre were not on speaking terms when Andre passed away. So I just want to ask you this, Vince, and it's going to be kind of cold and personal, but do you want Hulk Hogan, if and when he dies, if he dies before you, do you want Hogan to pass into the great champions ring in the sky, being on bad terms and not part of WWE? I mean, the guy helped put the goddamn company on the map, and you know it, and I know it, and every fan watching this knows it. Whether you're around as a fan at that time or weren't even born yet, you know that Hulk Hogan, Hulkamania, WrestleMania 1 through 9, that Hogan was really the headliner of all 9 of those, including the 9th one. He ended up as a surprise main event. To claim that Hogan, has nothing to do with that success, or that he's just a footnote or disgrace to the company is disrespectful to history, and just nobody buys it, Vince. We all know better. And Shane and Stephanie and Triple H and everybody else knows better too. So did Hogan screw up? Yes. Did he say offensive, derogatory things? Yes. Was he half out of his mind? Probably. And he won a lawsuit. And also that goes to a whole other issue of topics, which is, do we have privacy as private citizens? Even if you're a celebrity, can you have a private life? Even if it's morally unbalanced for most people's moral compass, even from my own, to do the things that Hogan did and say the things he said. He was not on videotape as a performer or even as himself. He was doing extramarital things that were horrible. So what he was doing was not great, but he did not agree to be videotaped. So do we have any type of fucking privacy at all? Okay? I mean, I know this camera's rolling. I'm rolling it. So I'm responsible for what I'm saying here, but Hogan was not in that situation. You want to look at Paige, okay? I mean, if we're going to get dirty, let's get dirty. Paige, Xavier Woods, and a former employee, Brad Mannix, we can make moral judgments about them. But their videotape on the phone of their activities was used against them without their permission or consent. And apparently Paige, thanks Stephanie McMahon for telling her to have the courage to come on back and blah, blah, blah. So, there's a lot of hypocrisies, a lot of, and I'm just saying it's convoluted. I'm not putting any blame on those three either. But then you take a look at Vince McMahon and Booker T, and different wrestlers have used those derogatory words. I say Booker T because we all know that, WCW botched promo of Booker T, but no one, no one gives him a hard time about that in a serious way. But Vince McMahon used, quote, the N-word, quote, in a way that he thought was humorous or he thought was, you know, somehow entertaining. You know, I think in 2006, which is documented, that was on WWE TV. So who were they, meaning WWE, the writers, the McMahons, to cast judgment on Hogan? They've used mean-spirited storylines. Triple H and Ric Flair, one of my favorites. Flair, and I like Triple H too, against Booker T, another one of my favorites. But using, you know, racist-based storylines not so long ago, okay? So the whole hypocrisy of WWE keeping Hogan shunned, to me it is hypocrisy. It's bullshit. And if Hogan were to die, and I'm not wishing ill will on Hulk, but I'm saying this is February 5th, 2018. This is the fucking 30-year anniversary of Hogan's first title reign ending. And on the WWE Network on Raw tonight, you saw no mention of that. The main event, Friday night's main event, 8 p.m. Friday night, 8 p.m. Hogan and Andre. Vince, those were your guys. So Andre passed away, and you were on bad terms with him, Vince. Do you want that to happen with Hulk? Do you want that to happen again? Is that what you want? I don't think you do. I don't think you do, Vince. So the whole damn thing is, Vince, you know, to forgive is, to error is human, to forgive is divine. And you've done a lot of stuff yourself, Vince, that's morally disgusting and questionable. You've cheated on your wife, and you have admitted it to Playboy. You've had the Saba Simba character. You've had a lot of things. You've had Trish Stratus on her knees barking like a dog. So you're going to tell me and the rest of the fans that you're better than Hogan and that Hogan should be ousted? Yeah, have a little, you know, class in your old age, Vince. So my point is this. Hogan, yeah, he screwed up. He said some stupid things. Vince, you know better than Hogan. Put Hogan back in the WWE, good graces. Let's get over this. Let's be adults. People screw up. They say stupid shit. These are wrestlers, okay? They're not priests or teachers in the school system. They're professional wrestlers. They're here to entertain us. I'm sure, you know, if Ric Flair was coming up in 2018 with all his antics, and I'm a Flair guy too, but all his flight attendant antics, I mean, how many sexual harassment suits do you think would be against Flair right now, okay? So let's just be serious for a goddamn minute. Hogan's going to die someday, Vince. Do you want him to die and be ousted from WWE? Or maybe you'll die, Vince. Do you want to go into the next plane of existence, if you believe in that? Outs with Hogan and have Hogan on the outs like an orphan or someone that's not loved by the wrestling community? Wrestling, not sports entertainment, but wrestling, Vince. So bottom line is this. Put Hogan back into the WWE good graces, have a big coming back party, and let's just get over our fucking hypocritical egos here for a change, folks. Blame Vince.